Imagine a world where everyone has the flu year-round. Imagine having a child and fearing that it won't make it past the age of 6. 100% of you said that vaccinations save lives. Can you imagine how many lives would be lost if we didn't have the vaccines we have today? 97% of you said that you were up to date on your MMR vaccines. Since you have received your vaccine, you are contributing to the herd immunity of the population of students at the University of Findlay and your community. Without the MMR vaccines, many of us would not have made it through early childhood. Today, I want to encourage you not only to vaccinate your children, but to vaccinate yourself as well. Each of us are exposed to hundreds of people a day, in some form or another. We share the same air, classrooms, and living space. If your roommate gets sick, you get sick. If your school is sick, so are you. We are all affected by contractable diseases. Thanks to vaccines, all we have to do is deal with the common cold. I have researched this topic to its fullest extent, so I can show you why we should all be vaccinated. I'm going to explain the problem society has with vaccines, how they have changed society, and what you can do to help your country stay healthy. Before you make any decision, you should be informed. And the best way to be informed is to do research. Luckily, I've done this already. There's a problem in this country with people believing fictitious facts about vaccines and choosing not to be vaccinated based off of those false facts alone. People are lacking the credible information needed to debunk these myths. And the most popular of this is that vaccines cause autism. In an article written by Sanjay Gupta on everydayhealth.com, explains that in 1998, a British doctor named Andrew Wakefield claimed he found a link between autism and the MMR vaccine. Investigators later discovered that Dr. Wakefield had falsified his data. The paper was retracted and Dr. Wakefield lost his medical license because of it. Some believe that if they get a vaccine, they'll get the disease. An article by Beth Howard on Parent.com included a quote from Dr. Catherine Edwards, who is a spokesperson for the National Network for Immunization Information, saying that these vaccines have the potential to cause some mild illness. A little fever, maybe a rash, but the illness is much less severe than if a child naturally contracted measles or chickenpox. Even if you would contract the disease from the vaccine, although very rare, the symptoms would be very mild and the recovery time would be short. Thinking that they will contract the disease is a form of lack of medical knowledge on immunity. In an article titled How Vaccines Work on vaccineinformation.org, it says that your immune system reacts to the vaccine in a similar way that it would if it were being invaded by the disease, by making antibodies. These antibodies destroy the vaccine germs as they would the disease germs, kind of like a training exercise. Another problem in our society is that not everyone can get the vaccine. An article titled 5 Important Reasons to Vaccinate Your Child on vaccines.gov explains that while some babies are too young to be protected by the vaccination, others may not be able to receive the vaccination due to severe allergies or a weakened immune system from conditions like leukemia. Vaccinating not only protects you, but it protects your loved ones and those that cannot protect themselves. Debunking the myths commonly associated with vaccines will help you better understand why vaccines are so important. Vaccines have proven time and time again that they work and have saved millions of lives since their creation. And the solution to the problem is to find out when you and/or your children are due for a vaccine. Vaccines have eradicated diseases in the past and continue to keep outbreaks low. In an article written by Amy Bollinger on Healthline, stated that measles was declared eradicated in the United States in 2002. But in 2014, there were over 600 reported cases. Measles is a potentially deadly disease, and health experts explain that parents refusing to vaccinate their children are the cause behind its reemergence. When the class was asked, how would you feel if your child contracted a preventable disease by a decision you or someone else made, the overwhelming responses were angry or upset. This tells me that not only will you be upsetting the child's parents, but you would be putting the entire family at risk at getting the disease if you do not vaccinate. It's easy to think that some diseases, like measles, no longer exist because the cases are so low. The CDC published an article titled, "What are the reasons to vaccinate my baby?" That explains that measles is rare in the United States because of vaccination, but it is still common around the world. Unvaccinated travelers who are infected while abroad can easily bring the disease to the United States. Other countries aren't as fortunate as the United States to have the government fund vaccine research, and we shouldn't take these vaccines for granted. Our government has a vaccine schedule, so every citizen at every age knows what vaccine they should receive and when. A separate article published by the CDC titled "Immunization Schedules" noted that you never outgrow the need for vaccines. To do your part on keeping America healthy, all you have to do is go to the CDC website and search immunization schedule and the age group at which you're looking for. The solution is simple. Get your vaccine, protect you and your family from contractable diseases. When the class was asked what factors would prevent you from getting a vaccine, the majority of the responses was nothing, and that is the truth. There should be nothing standing in your way from you and a vaccine. Since we know the truth about the good that vaccines do, let's remind ourselves why we need to be the voice in the vaccine debate. The problem is that some people believe fictitious facts about vaccines that cause them to oppose their use. From my research, it's easy to see that there are little to no drawbacks of using vaccines. Vaccines have proved time and time again that they save lives and reduce the likelihood of outbreaks. The simple solution to preventing contractable disease is to be vaccinated from them, and finding when and what to get is provided at your fingertips by the CDC. To keep America healthy, I ask that you do your part and promote you and your loved ones' health through vaccination. The choice is simple. Choose to be a healthy person in a disease-free country. Choose vaccination.